Before I go through the experiment, let me give a little bit more information about the experimental design. And then Annika is going to show you how we delivered those products into the wine. So again, as I mentioned you, this is a 12 years old Cabernet Franc. This is the grapevine that we set up the experiment. In this experiment, we had 10 different treatments, including healthy control that we didn't include, we didn't inject or apply anything. Disease positive that we only inoculated with the Xylella fastidiosa that you are going to see. And we have the phage label product or label the recommendation, and also combined with the experiment that I'm going to show you. And we also had biocontrol 1, 2, 3. The reason that we are calling them biocontrol 1, 2, 3, they are not registered product yet. Some of them are patented, but that they are not available product for you to use. Because of that, we are just naming them biocontrol agent 1, 2, 3, and then they just both Steve and Philip talk about it. Not only that, we also wanted to combine these biocontrol agents with the phage. We have also a combined effect that we are going to go and then take a look at it. Anyway, in this handout, you are going to have an experimental design that you see here. And then the two ways of that we use to deliver the dose biopesticide. For the Xylella fastidiosa itself, disease positive, we just put the drop of the certain amount of the Xylella fastidiosa and puncture, and then let the plant suck that disease. That's the disease the inoculation. Similar way of doing a vector that does in the plant. When it comes to product delivery, we use this product that Annika is going to tell you about.
Yeah, so this is the Xyloject. It's basically a retrofitted paintball gun. I've never really been paintballing, but I'm told it's similar. It's got a CO2 canister that powers it. And what we've done on the end, or what Pulse has done, is they put a needle on the end to allow injection directly into the grapevine. And it's loaded with water right now, and it's very hot today. Hopefully you don't mind. I'll deploy it. And you can see it sprays out the product. Now it's spraying out, if you look at it.
That's water.
It's water. Sorry, it sprays out the water.
Just to make sure.
when you have product loaded. And you'll actually see it spray out in two sections away from it because the needle has holes on the end, like so. So if you put it in just a little ways, the xylem is not very deep into the vine, so you don't need to go too far to be able to puncture the xylem and deliver the product. And it's very similar. This is very similar to drop puncture because this is not pushing the product into the vine. It's placing it near the xylem, and then the vine is pulling it through as well. So this is kind of the commercial version of how you would do this in the field. I'll talk first about how you do it for, I'm just gonna say how you would use it on these vines for the commercial use. And then we did it slightly different for this trial because we were interested in doing 4 different shoots. So for a vine like this, we would recommend doing 2 injections in the trunk and then an injection per cordon. You don't have to do a lot to do an injection here. You just take off some of the loose bark and then you puncture it. And I'm curious. Hey, it actually does go in. It's pretty late in the season, so I was worried it might not go in, but it went in fine. I guess the vines are very thirsty right now. I'm still transpiring. And then we'll go over here again. You can just pick another spot convenient on the other side to inject. Yeah, this one's not going in quite as well. But again, that's because this is much later in the season than I would recommend you to inject. And similarly for a cordon, I would just pick a spot reasonably in here, inject. And then over here. Okay, so that would be injecting 1 vine for 1 application, and much faster if you're not demonstrating. For this trial, we chose 4 different shoots to call our replicates in the trial, And so instead we picked a chute and we injected between the first and second chute. The first, where did we do it?
First and second bud.
The first and second bud, right? Like in here,
Yes.
for where the injection was done.
Right after the spur, just where the shoot starts, that's between the first and second node that we punctured. You are gonna see a sign of the where we actually inoculated or punctured.
So the injector can work. What's nice about the injector is it can do the trunks and it can do really young tissue. We have different attachments to do very young, even green tissue. So it's very versatile, very quick, and it has a dose, what you saw me looking at, it has a dose indicator that tells you that you're actually successfully delivering the product.